Alright, are you ready?
Yep. Let's get it.
Alright, so you can count it down whenever you're ready.
All right. Three, two, one. Hey, everybody! Welcome to the League of Legends podcast. I'm your host this evening, Killzill. I'm here with the devil himself, Astros BK. Say hi, Astros.
Wow, the devil himself. Wow.
Just kind of came to mind. I was like, what do I think of when I think of Astros?
You think of the devil.
Yes.
Man, the devil is cool as fuck.
Well, I've given you a lot of credit then.
And
And we have Tycho Tumpard here as well.
oh
The
no
guy
no no no
who...
no no no! That's not my
What?
name anymore.
That's not
I'm
your name
another
anymore?
brother.
Not
No
a
no
not a
no!
butterf.
Another brother for a brother.
Oh, dude, I do not want to say that too at all. Actually, I'm afraid of what will come out of my mouth.
I had to change it. You know, Twitter said it wasn't good, so I'm like, all right, fine, I'll change it.
It's true.
I'm
There's
pretty
some
sure
rules.
pretty sure all Twitter polls are rigged. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because you lost.
I mean, if
Actually,
you
there was a
listen,
lot of
hold on,
votes. There was
hold
a lot
on.
of votes on that one.
If you listen back to the podcast, I think it was the last one or the one before that, Blake was like, you know, I did a lot to make that happen, or something along the lines. I think he rigged it.
He rigged. Uh,
Rigged it.
I have my lawyer looking into it.
you have your lawyer
Blake.
looking into the other lawyer that rigged the Twitter poll.
See, I don't think he's actually a lawyer. I think
Oh, that's quite a conspiracy theory.
we're going all out with this one. I think Papa Smurf is actually a garbage man, which would make sense because like he works around trash all day. He plays League like trash. He spits out a lot of trash. I mean,
Trash talk.
yeah, a lot of shit, a lot of shit.
Interesting.
Hasn't even been 10 minutes. I'll be trash talking Papa.
I trash
So,
talk Papa.
trash.
Oh, it's either I trash talk Papa or I trash talk you, and I don't want you crying off the podcast.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Hey, wait, Zill, quick question. What episode number is it?
That's a fantastic question.
You don't know, dude.
Hold on,
I
hold on.
actually don't. But we're gonna find out.
We're on 217.
Excellent.
217.
217.
Wow. It's been a long time.
Well, cool. Well, welcome everybody. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. In case everyone hasn't noticed, Papa's not here, so us three are gonna run the show tonight. So
Yeah, there was
hopefully it goes well.
an extra large amount of trash that he has to pick up.
This is true.
So what are we gonna talk about today, guys?
We're gonna talk about preseason, cause
Seems
Preseason.
appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah. And we can probably dive into a little bit of Nexus Blitz. We were talking about that a little bit earlier.
Alternate game modes. What?
we're talking
Yeah.
about league mini games.
League mini games. I think that game should stay.
I like that
But
game.
with preseason, Astro, like I know in the general chat the other day, it was actually like he actually made a really good argument when I think it was Tom. He was asking like, "What do you guys think about the state of preseason?" Like he thinks like the games are decent. Like it's not like a complete stomp fest by either team. He thinks that like they're pretty well balanced, and I was thinking the same thing. And then Astro actually made a good argument. So you want to dive into that?
What do you mean? Actually, I make nothing but good arguments. Everything I say is just factual information that should be taken 100% to heart.
Well, let's hear it then. Because I actually didn't pay attention to the Discord much.
You don't pay attention to anything I say at all. It
This
kind of
is
hurts.
true. This is true.
So like I hate preseason. I absolutely hate it with a passion. One, I think it's too long because it's like 2 months, and two, I just think like the quality of all games played in the preseason are just some of the worst games of League of Legends I've ever played in my life.
Really? How so?
So like when you think about like what's the worst time to play League, what time in the season do you think of?
The first 4 weeks of ranked,
Mm, yeah.
or the last
first
3 weeks of ranked.
Yeah, it's the beginning or the end because the beginning is just it's like the MR or like the the ranks are so fucked up. People
And
are
everyone's
like
so toxic
community.
when the starter
Yeah,
pistol goes off.
and
Like
then
people just go crazy. They get pissed about their placements when in reality it's largely based on their MMR from the season before. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the beginning or the end, but I understand your point as far as like preseason is pointless in some ways because it doesn't really count.
mhm.
So I can see how you would see that as like not a fun time to play League.
Well, here,
I, however, think it's really exciting. Usually, there's a lot of change going on. In particular, though, this preseason, I feel like they didn't take a lot of risks. They like tried to kind of like keep everything sort of whimsical and fun and easy, and I
Mhm.
don't think that that's really paid off. Well, I mean, I think it's like easygoing, but it's not as exciting to me as former preseasons where you had like elemental drakes and stuff
Or
coming
the
around, that kind of thing.
system.
see,
Yeah.
I think preseason has a place, and I feel like you don't have to completely change the game in preseason. I think my biggest issue with preseason is that it's 2 months long. Like, it's so
Okay.
long. And,
Yeah.
like, I get, like, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, like, anything over a month I think is too long. I think, like, when you think about it, rank really means nothing. Like, yeah, it gives you, like, a small boost to your MMR right now, the higher you're able to climb. It pulls you down less when the MMR reset goes live, but like people are more willing to play something they don't know to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So you're not like playing against like the highest quality of like they're not like super tryharding, right? I
Yeah,
think
No, not everyone is doing that.
I think like because I only play rank because I don't like league unless it's competitive, like unless I'm taking a break with ARAM or something, because I want there to be something to gain or lose, right? And I
mhm,
think like even in preseason, people like I know a lot of people. It's at the end of the day, it's like it's nothing. But when you physically see that you gained that LP or you lost that LP, like it's you don't want that to happen again. I think people for the most part are actually still trying, where that they're not doing like really bad off role picks like I don't know like fucking Singe support or Twitch jungle. Like I'm not seeing that a lot. I'm still seeing like champs where they should be going, and the champs being played like how they should be played like with different runes. I don't think it's a complete clusterfuck that I would find in like normal.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
Um.
I use preseason as a time to kind of just work on my champ pool and like not like just completely change roles, but just kind of play new champions. Like I've been playing like Urgot nonstop because I just realized how fucking busted he is.
Metaslave. Oh,
Yeah, I am a meta slave.
no, and like I get it, but like for me right now, it's really bad because I am switching roles. Like I'm playing like a lot of mid, and I'm playing champions that I don't play a lot of. So like I
What are you
win
playing
like
mid, Astros?
uh. So I've changed up my champ pool a little bit for next season from my original list. I'm playing Katarina, Ari, Akali, Yasuo.
Okay.
Uh, a lot of Katarina and Akali for the most
I
part.
think Katarina's a great pick. It's super under the radar. A lot of people forget about her.
Yeah,
She's
well,
still
she's
pretty
also
brutal.
super garbage because Electrocute just does no damage, and then Dark Harvest is like worse. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Part
I think those types of characters are in general, well, besides Yasuo, are pretty garbage for lots of reasons as
no,
far as
yeah, yeah,
mid lane goes. But
for
that
sure.
largely has to do with the fact that like right now mid lane or actually any lane, it's like roaming is bad and pushing the wave is the right thing to do. Usually, especially mid.
Well, yeah, with turret gold and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't like playing. I like roaming because it feeds into my jungler. Like I'm good at reading when a lane is gankable and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like roaming mids are definitely nice. And then like I just like playing assassins. And
I do. I will say that, like, I think roaming now can be done properly. It needs to be done later in the lane phase rather than early,
yeah.
and you kind of need to figure out when that is. Because if you're like, um, if you've already given up a couple of plates, it's going to be really hard for them to get the next plate. So it's not as big of a consequence if you roam and don't get anything, and they like get more tower damage.
Mhm.
Whereas early on, you could roam to get a kill, and even if you get one kill, if they get two plates, it's basically equaled out. Except now you're down in
Yeah.
CS, which sucks. So
Mhm. It's like
Yep.
it's weird though, 'cause in like the games I'm playing, like norms, like I feel like I don't lose lane often, but I don't feel like I lose lane because I'm actually the better player. I feel like I'm winning, or I don't win lane because I feel like I'm the better player. I win lane because I feel like that I'm playing against bots. Like,
Hmm.
but then it like turns out that my bots are worse, so like we just lose the game anyway.
Intermediate versus beginner. Yeah.
Yeah, and like all they have to do is CC me on like the champions I play, and I just die because I don't
Yep.
know how to position well enough on them yet. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's just like frustrating, and so I haven't like played a lot of League. I do a lot of like watching. Like I watch a lot of VODs and stuff of people who play the champs I'm playing right now.
Hmm.
But like I feel like every season, like the streamers I watch, like just put out this same feeling that like preseason just actually feels horrible, and then it's just the quality of games just like plummets.
Yeah. I will say preseason is not as exciting, but I do think, for at least for my play style, I love what's been done to preseason. I love everything being a lot safer and a lot slower.
So,
But I know that's very different between a big difference between the two of us. So
well, I don't care that like the play style is shifting. Like that's not my issue. Like I talked about it in general that like with Tom, he's like they said that they nerfed Dark Harvest in the jungle and that's why you weren't playing it. I was like, yeah, that's exactly why I'm not playing it. But like I know that League isn't always going to be appealing to my play style and my role, and I have to be willing to either just not play the game or to change what I have to do. So I don't
mm,
mad that like I really like the extended laning phase. Like I think that's a really good change. I wish they
okay,
tweaked the way like the turret plating went. I think I agreed with you guys. You talked about that the turret gold is too much for solo lanes, but then bot lane suffers a little bit. I
yep.
agree with that. Um, the only thing I didn't like about the preseason change was the bounty changes, but we're not gonna beat that horse anymore. I feel like it's just like a Play-Doh now. I just don't like the quality of games, and that's always been like my issue with preseason, and that it just doesn't feel like it's at like the highest peak performance. Because in my opinion, I think the best time to play ranked at a competitive level is the last 4 weeks of the season.
You say
The,
the best time?
The
the
best time
best time?
to play a competitive game of League of Legends is the last 4 weeks of the season, because in 98% of the games you play, your team is trying to win.
They're
Wow,
also
I had a
super
completely different
tiltable.
experience.
Yeah,
They're
they're
Yeah.
super tilted, but like that's what mute's for. Like I never had someone because I
no,
made my
as in
push.
they decide to ruin the game for you because they are so tilted with your play or your picks or what or someone else's.
I made
That's
my big
very frequent
push
experience in
towards
these last
the
4 weeks of the league. But yeah,
I made my push towards the end of the season. I thought it felt like really good, but
that's great. I feel like it's a crapshoot. Like I basically get landed in with somebody who wants to win or somebody who's given up. Somebody who's already reached their end of season goals and like doesn't care. So, ugh.
all right. Well, I think like I definitely think for me preseason and the first 2 weeks of ranked are the worst times to play League, and that's why every season from since season 6 I don't play ranked until like 2 or 3 weeks into the season to play placements.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
So
Okay. Well, what about this season? What if like with the new changes, like will you'll find out like after the first game what's the lowest possible rank you can get? Like, is that going to discourage you more to just wait longer, or like let's say you get like a decent rank, like you're going to start off like the lowest you can get is like plat 4. Like,
I don't think that's
are
gonna
you
be
just gonna?
possible. I ended plat
But let's
4.
like
Like
okay, so
theoretically
maybe what?
speaking,
Yeah, like let's say like what would be like a good rank for you to get that you would want to just continue your placement? I mean, it sounds like I don't feel like it'd be a difference if you just wait, if you just do it right away, get the one game out of the way, and then or like wait the 2 weeks. Like, why would you want to do the 2 weeks? Why not just get it out of the way?
um, I just feel like the mentality of everyone and like just burnout for me in general. It's like
Mm-hmm.
giving myself that break at the beginning of the season to where like the season's long. The season's really long, and I know they're splitting it up this year, but like just not jumping in right away because I don't play as many games as like you. Like you had over 1K games. I had like over 250, I think, and that was the most games I've ever played in a season.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have plenty of time to play ranked, and I'm not in like a huge rush to do it until like I feel like one, I'm like mentally ready to deal with the bullshit in ranked,
Yeah,
and
that's yeah.
like until I'm comfortable, especially because I'm switching roles again.
So you're just dropping. Are you dropping jungle altogether?
Well, I feel like the junglers I play are like if I pick it, like I feel like I'm just trolling. Because Electrocute's bad, and I think Dark Harvest is still bad. Like I've people will say that like oh jungle Dark Harvest isn't bad as long as you gank, but I feel like I just accumulated a lot of my leads through CS, and then I ganked later. So like Dark
Mhm.
Harvest was fine for me because I did like a lot of counter jungling even though I was playing like Kha'Zix.
Mm.
Like
Sure.
pathing is just something
I
that like I do well, and I don't get rewarded as much for pathing because they like nerf jungle XP too.
I saw a Reddit post. There was like I think someone did some of the math, and roughly like you need like 30 stack to out damage electric, like towards like in almost like you need like
No,
30
yeah,
stack I think towards like the end of the game. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you
just
need
like
a
it's like
lot.
what the fuck?
Which in lane, playing something that like in lane, especially in an extended laning phase, you can come out of lane with like 15, 20 stacks pretty easily.
Mhm.
If you're playing
Yeah,
something like Brand, like champions like that or the Xerath that are super poke heavy. But like in the jungle, you can't gank 15 to 20 times, and one, you can't like doing that is just forfeiting up a ton of
Sorry,
XP.
15 to 20 stacks in lane phase.
like you can get that by laning phase ending. You know when you get to like mid game. I think
If
that's what
it
you're talking about,
actually
right?
is like when turret plating falls off, which is 14 minutes, right? 15 minutes?
Yeah,
It's like
that's
Yeah.
right
more than a
around.
stack per minute. That just seems insane.
Ooh,
Eh,
That does not seem right.
maybe 10 to 15, but I feel like you can get Dark Harvest stacks pretty fast if you're like one of those aggressive poke champions like Brand, Xerath.
The most I've ever gotten being really aggressive with like a Brander Zereth has been like 6. Actually, Timo is who I got like 8 with during a lane phase. But yeah,
Well, even
um,
then, that's still like a good chunk.
that's a ton, but that's like an insane game for me. But anyway, I realize I'm not as aggressive in lane, so maybe that's not an accurate measure.
But like if they'd like I don't know why they didn't do this when they changed Electrocute when they did, how they like lowered the cooldown but lowered the damage. Like that really hurt Electrocute junglers cuz they didn't need Electrocute to be up more often. It wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
broken for junglers. It was broken for laners cuz when it was up, it did like a dumb amount of damage. So I feel like if you have smite, like Electrocute should be on like a like a longer cooldown, but it should do more damage. And I feel like
Yeah.
it fixes the problem of like
Mm-hmm.
assassin junglers.
Yeah.
But
So okay, so that's actually an interesting point. So you think assassin junglers are kind of out right now
I mean,
as a result of
I don't think
changes?
they're out. Like I still think you can play them just because they have
Yeah, but you
like their
said you feel like
number.
you're trolling if you pick them.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm picking them, I'm not actually like even though I never pick for my team, I feel like I'm just putting my team at a big disadvantage because I can't like duel the jungler 1v1 and like I just don't feel like I'm as strong as I was at the end of
Okay.
season 8.
No, that's fair. So what junglers are strong now in your mind? Like
I mean,
what's
I don't play a lot of junglers. Like I haven't played like a ton of jungle, but I can look up like what's being played right now. I feel like junglers that are still like aggressive early in gank are still like your strong
back to the
pick.
point about the assassin junglers. Like the only assassin jungler that I see is like Nocturne, and he doesn't run electric.
Yeah, he runs lethal tempo,
Yeah.
but I feel
would you say Lee Sin's an assassin jungler?
I mean, I kind of group him in as that,
Yeah, I do too. I think I've seen a lot of him. He's been doing really well.
but I feel like even if I pick Lee Sin, like yeah, I think he's a strong jungler, but one in my elo, I think it's hard to play junglers with that much playmaking. Like you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
Hmm.
two, if I mean I struggled to one trick last season. I struggled to find a jungler I enjoyed playing to the point where I
hmm.
could play as many games as I used to play on like Thresh, let's say. Um, but so the top jungler right now is stuff like Udyr, Jax, Rammus, Warwick, Zinzal, Shyvana. Kha'Zix
Yeah.
still has like a 52% win rate, so maybe I'm just bad, but
Is he running? Is he running electrocute?
oh, he's running Dark Harvest.
Really?
Well, I mean, yeah,
It just felt so bad. I don't know.
I think it feels bad. I think it feels bad, especially early when you want to be doing lots of powerful things with it.
Like, I feel like if I'm farming, because I played Kha'Zix in like a weird way. Like, when I hit 6, I'd focus on like taking Dragon and Rift Herald, depending on which one was up, because like your Evolve Q just is so good at taking those neutral objectives. And then like, gank when I can, but still just like I'm just like farming like a boatload.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I do that, I'm like trolling because like I'm getting like gold and I'm getting XP maybe, but if the jungler is ganking, then he just outlevels me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, last season on Kha'Zix I was averaging like 180 CS, which is like 7 CS a minute.
Yeah.
Which in jungle is good. I
Yep,
don't know.
it is. All right, yeah, but I mean, the rest of the people in that list, though, right? That's like, those are all like super
Yeah.
scaly farming junglers for the most part.
Well, no, they're the opposite. They're super early game champions.
Shyvana and
Besides Shyvana, but like,
okay,
and I guess you could say
and
Jax, but like, Udyr, Warwick, Rammus, like Jax, they're all like early mid game champions. I think Jax's numbers are just super busted right now with Conqueror too.
I agree with
I
that.
think Jax just does a stupid amount of damage.
I agree. He got nerfs though this past patch. It didn't make a difference.
Really big nerve.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like you take a little bit off his late game. It's kind of like his late game's already so insane it doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
He's insane once he gets Trinity Force. That's all he needs.
Trinity Force,
Triforce, that's it.
Sterix. Try
Yeah.
Sterix, and it's just like, oh, well, I guess I'm not playing the video game today.
He's just gonna whip his helicopter dick and just slap.
So, do you guys have any changes for next season? Like, what are your goals heading into like next season? So we talked about preseason a little bit, but like, I feel like it's a good time to talk about like goal setting wise, like what are you looking to accomplish next season? What are you looking to do, etc.
Same thing that I failed to do this season. Diamond 5. I can get Diamond 5. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
cute,
I'm gonna
cute.
just quit League for like a week. Both.
By the
You know,
time
just
by the time
instead-
you come back, you're gonna auto demote back to plat.
Wait, what's the?
I think you have to play a
What's the
game every
fucking,
week. I think it's a
the
game a
decay
week.
is 9 days, right? I think it's like a 9-day decay. I don't know
Maybe.
why that number sticks out of my head, but yeah, that's really it. But I'm trying to get an AP top laner in my rotation. It's just I hate AP champs, but
An AP
It's
top
actually the
laner.
opposite. Also, AP top laners are not needed right now. I don't think. But
yeah, no, top is just bruisers and Urgot.
Yo, here's a champion that if you're looking to play AP top, pick up Mordekaiser. He's stupidly broken right now.
I understand it. I heard
confusing as hell.
he's running grasp. He's running
Grasp,
and with the
shield
new
bash.
Shield bash.
And I heard that he was bugged and that his healing, shielding, passive bullshit is
That
like
got fixed. I think that got fixed.
okay. Because I
Pretty
heard
sure
it was
that's what I
broken for
knew.
a little while,
It
and that
I
it was
played
like
against
doubled it.
It was
'Cause
gross.
I played a mid lane one game with Dark Harvest in like the beginning of the season, and I was like straight up 2v1ing and like trading 1-for-1.
Yeah, for no reason. No, like
And-
his health bar would just yo-yo back and forth. And
I was
you couldn't
like,
figure out what
oh,
was
am
going
I
on.
just like a Mordekaiser god? And then I played him again like last weekend, and I went like 0-13. I was like, ooh,
Myth busted.
I went 0-14 and 12.
Oh my god.
But I tried
what were you
tried
using?
Hail of Blades. I tried Hail of Blades to like proc my Q autos faster. It didn't work. I think I was just trolling.
A little bit.
What about you,
Were you
Zil?
Zil?
Me, I am looking for a champ to add to the pool that I feel confident with as much as Zillion, and also has like fits my playstyle right. So wave clear CC control mage type, but like I need damage, and Zill doesn't have the kind of damage I need. So I think Anivia is who it's going to be.
Ooh.
Um,
Yeah.
I think that really fits me. So I'm going to work on that as soon as I can. Um,
I was gonna say Syndra could be an option for you too.
I've tried the Syndra route before. I am somewhat frustrated by some things about her, but yeah, she's not off the table. That's for sure. I think Malzahar's off the table though, and I think Vigar. Those are kitschy picks. I can't climb with those. I don't think.
Why don't you like Malzahar?
What's that?
Why no to Malzahar? It's pretty way clear.
Malzahar has a hard time with bruisers, just like Zillion does. And they have too much like ways to get out of things, and as soon as they buy QSS, which is fits usually well enough into their kits, it's just over. And I feel like late game, which a lot of my games go late game, and I play towards late game, he is not nearly as effective, especially once people get enough money to buy QSS.
What about Lissandra?
Lysandra would be a great choice. Also, she's definitely on the table. Lysandra, Swain, and Anivia are kind of the ones I'm looking at.
I mean, you have to watch your mana span with Lissandra since they switched her passive to actually
That's
like
true.
deal damage. But like late game, she's so strong like at all points of the game. I think
Yeah,
like
she
I
causes havoc in team fights too, and I'm a big fan. I'm like, that's my playstyle.
her passive is gonna do that even better now too.
Oh yeah, it's actually really.
It does so much damage, and it slows like
Yep, it does.
stupid.
So I don't know. I tried last season. I tried Cassiopeia, and I think that for me is functional, but at like plat 5, but it's really not. I'm not up to the point where I can actually micro well enough, like plat 3 and above. So I don't know. I want to continue.
Wait, what was that? You don't think you can micro enough?
Yeah, like I feel like when it comes down to a champion in my face that I'm trying to Q and E, as Cassiopeia and hit ults correctly, it becomes way more difficult for me.
She's
to
really
do
like
that.
she's actually like it's not like an Azir or an Ari or a Katarina that's like super mechanical in terms
Mhm.
of like your combos are intense and you got to do XYZ in perfect order. Like she's just
Yeah.
really like mechanical in the sense that like an 80 carry player like Vayne or
Yeah.
Kai'Sa is, where it's like
Mhm.
if you
Exactly.
can position, you're a god. If you can't, you're literally a wet noodle.
Yeah. And I feel like I do okay up to my current skill level, but I don't see me growing beyond that easily. Whereas like with Anivia, I feel like I have a lot better chance. Lysandra, I have a lot better chance of that.
So are you looking to like hit like plat 3, plat 2, plat you looking
Yeah, I'm
you
looking
looking
for plat 3 this season would be my like goal that I'd be satisfied with. Anything above would be excellent. So
it's just icing on the cake?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. For me, like League of Legends was always about kind of hitting plat. I've never really thought about a push to diamond as being something feasible for myself.
Mhm.
That may change as I continue to play and to try to get better. I do realize that when I do try to get better at the game and like learn a new concept, I actually end up seeing a lot more, I guess, MMR gains from that than I would expect. For instance, I had a coaching session with Papa Smurf where basically like I kind of changed up my tactics to actually interact with my laner for a little bit and started trading better and trying to get to push them out of lane.
Mhm.
And like I instantly noticed LP gains from that. Like it was crazy. So I know that like I can kind of have that in my back pocket, but as far as like what I'm willing to invest right now, I think plat 3 is a reasonable goal.
That's pretty good. Top
What,
4%.
what's that?
It's top 4%. You can do it.
Yeah, I think so. I really don't like heartbreak either, so I don't want to set myself up for something that I don't think I can hit.
I just want to make it back into plat.
Yeah, honestly, make it back into plat would be awesome.
Like if
So
I was still playing jungle, I'd say like I want to hit plat 1, plat 2. Like I want to
mhm.
be up there if I were to play jungle again. Cuz I went into season 8 thinking I was going to play mid too. And like it dropped and I just like laning is so hard for me. Like
What do
when
you
I'm
mean?
like I can't like process it all. Like I was a support main for a while, so like my map pressure and like knowing the map was pretty good, and then just like my mechanics because I played Thresh
Mm.
were good, and then like I went to mid. I was like I played like a little bit of top at the end of season 7. I played a lot of Gangplank, and like I was doing fine with him, but like laning has always been my biggest struggle. Besides like playing like 80 carry, that's my worst uh thing. But like when I'm in lane, my map awareness goes to 0. Like my trading patterns are like inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like
Like
why? What are you focusing on?
I don't even know. Like
I mean, just moving around and keeping track of the other champion when you kind of like feel out of your body,
I
like
don't
is difficult.
I don't even think it's just like that. It's like I play champions that suck in lane.
Hmm.
What do you play? Gods?
Katarina,
Oh, Katarina.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Okay,
Akali,
yeah.
yeah,
Ari is
Yeah.
probably the best laner I have.
yeah,
And
she's good though.
no, she's definitely good, but like I played Ari a little bit last season. I had like a 63% win rate on her, like something like
Yeah,
that out of like
she
20
seems
games.
right up your alley.
No, she's super fun. I love playing Ari, but like my CSing is bad, but that's just 'cause like I never had to CS. Like it's getting better the more I do it. But then like I don't know. I just like randomly just brain fart and I'm just like, "Oh, enemy champion. I'm going to kill you." And then I just like and it's like shit.
Hmm.
So I mean, part of it's probably not knowing like my champion limits because I don't have as many games as I did on like the other champions I've made in the past. But
Right.
I don't know, just like my learning curve, learning how to lane is like always been rough, and I've always just like steered away from it. So if I can make it back into plat as a mid laner, I'll be happy. But if I do end up bitching out and going back to jungle, then I want to be like P2, P1.
Hmm. Do you think
It's the dream.
that there will be changes to jungle soon, like to Dark Harvest or Electrocute, that will allow you to do that? Or
I doubt they change Electrocute, or I doubt they change Dark Harvest. They might change Electrocute. We didn't really have like a big tank meta last season, so I expected this preseason to come out and it was just gonna be tanks everywhere. I'm still
yeah,
Well,
hesitant because
I
there's
don't know if you saw the Sejuani buffs. Well,
yeah
actually,
there's
they kind of buffed it more AP ratios, I think.
well it just makes her numbers even stronger early.
Yeah.
Like she just does more damage now on ganks, which I felt like Sejuani did like a lot of damage with her E, but and then like they're changing Ornn to where you don't actually have to have your monitor on again. Like
yes, yeah,
I do like the passive change on Orange. I do like that passive change where it's like one item for free per level. I like that. That's pretty cool. So you don't have to worry about buying it yourself. Orange does it for you.
well, what if Ornn buys the wrong item?
Well, then you're fucked, mate.
Wait,
I'm pretty
what's
sure
the
you can
gold
summon that.
limit on the item?
What do you mean the gold?
I just knew about the W change. What are they changing on his passive? What the
They
heck?
change it so that once he reaches okay, last time I checked, once he reaches level 12 or 13, whatever, he can upgrade one item for him for free. And then for the next like 3 levels or next 4 levels, he can upgrade one item for free for one of his allies. So it's one item per level per ally. So you can get it's like so when I'm level 12, I'll get myself a I don't know, Sunfire like upgrade. And then when I'm level 13, I'll give my ADC the Infinity Edge upgrade. 14 the mage on you up, and he does it for free. So you don't have to. I don't think you can buy it yourself. Your Orin has to do it for you.
Wait, that sounds so broken.
yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
Especially if it's the Ornn.
yeah,
If
but
it's the
it's
Ornn
like
items now, that's like really strong because the Ornn items now is like 1,000 gold extra.
Well, the cost is bad, badly calculated. I think. I don't know, but they are. It's just certainly a decent amount of stats. So
I think the
those
IE
sound
stat
broken
is
bad.
like 30 AD. something like that.
For what?
The Ornn
30 AD for
upgraded
1,000 gold.
ID.
Is that really good?
Yeah, but it's like late game. So like on a normal champion, like you don't have that. But if you have Ornn on your team, you pretty much get 30 AD for free. And it doesn't. It's not even like at level 18. If Ornn's level 12, he has a chance of upgrading it for you. Is how I interpret it, unless Tycho's explaining it wrong.
When I interpret it, it sounded like when he reaches level 12, he upgrades one for himself, and then the next level he can do it for his teammate. I'm pretty sure it said, which is okay, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, it sounds right.
I enjoyed Ornn not being in my games, but I guess he can come back in and ruin my life again.
I don't know. I like Ornn.
Yeah.
I don't like when he's on the enemy team. Dude, you
I just lock
every,
in Gnar or not confused.
Every champion I play, pretty much, it's like, oh, UFCC, I guess I'm just irrelevant. I guess I'm useless. Not so much every champion, just like Katarina and Akali. Which, I mean, Akali I shouldn't get CC'd on, or else it's just my fault for mispositioning most of the time. But, like, Katarina, it's like, I have to go in. I don't know. I got a lot to learn, but hopefully I can just make it back into plat. I'd be happy.
Yeah. So, have you guys played Nexus?
I think I'm like a professional in Nexus Blitz now, honestly.
I love that game mode,
challenges?
dude. It's such a great way to decompress after I've lost a couple of games.
Whenever those new game modes come out, unless it's Earth, I just don't really give a damn because I think they're just stupid. But I played it for the first time, and I'm like, fuck, these are actually fun. It's fast paced.
Yeah, and it's like guaranteed to end at like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm like this is
usually
I like it better than ARAM because the only thing I hate about ARAM is the fact that I have to die to buy my items.
Yeah, I understand. The only thing, like, if they don't do that, if like you win, you just win harder and harder, and then there's no like flip back.
Well, the only thing that sucks is like if your team is winning a lot of these events, right, and it comes to the 15-minute mark, you could lose the entire game in one team when the two Nexuses have to like duel it out. Right? Isn't that?
Yeah, I think it's at 18 minutes is when that happens.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think like Riot should keep this game mode, or do you think they're just gonna follow the same path with Earth when they think that?
Oh, they're gonna rotate it through.
I think it should be kept. I really think this should be kept because ARAM is just it's fun, but it's a game I'll play like maybe 3 at the most. But Nexus Blitz is a game I can play like all instead of playing like the competitive.
Or they could just bring back Dominion.
What's Dominion? I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh, you're too young for that. Okay, never mind. No, Nexus Blitz is great. I think that the one game mode where like it makes you sit out and watch people like 2v2 is kind of annoying. I don't like game modes where like they force you to not play. That seems dumb.
I kind of like that one.
Even
though sometimes it breaks, sometimes like it just doesn't like. So the first 2 always come out because like 2v2, 2v2, and then it's usually 1v1. But sometimes if your second 2v2 bracket both live and win, they then go against the one person. So like the one person on your team just doesn't play.
Yeah.
But like I think the game mode's like I think it's interesting because like it's like you get like a little like breather and you get to sit there and like shot call from like an outside perspective, and I think it's like fun, and it's not like you miss like a lot. Like if anything, you usually you sit out for like a minute.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Penguin and I were talking about it, and it's just like it felt bad to like sit there the entire time, not do anything, and then when we did get in, it was kind of like I forget exactly how it worked, but one of our players was just like really bad. It was like the worst Zyro plays I'd ever seen. I just felt like, and Danger being a Zyro player was just like.
I thought you were
sobbing.
like, I thought you were flaming Danger. I was like,
no,
get him, Zill, get him. Low blows, let's do it.
Right. No, like I could just like feel danger sobbing on the inside watching this poor Zyra play. She was like trying to 1v1 Twitch, and it was just horrendous. Just plant after plant, nothing happening. I don't know. I also don't like that a lot of the game modes are very like, here is a very small box, fight in it sort of like thing, where it's like you can't actually kite the enemy team ever. So that means kind of that bruisers or heavy CC AOE champs that are good up close kind of get all the fun.
Mm-hmm.
And you, even if you have like a powerful mage or a powerful ADC, unless it's like super late game in Nexus Blitz, being close is just death. So it feels like it's very one-sided towards certain types of champions, which I don't like as much.
See, I felt the same thing, but I played a game of Caitlyn today because I needed to do it for one of the missions, and like I wasn't really interested in playing any other champions. I just went like first item rapid fire. I went like Dark Harvest, and I just like popped off. Like it was super fun.
Holy shit! I got an idea for my new mode, my new build. I'll go Caitlyn lethality, right? Because with all the lethality items, you get to like almost 100 lethality, which is like basically true damage to any of the fucking squishies. And I'll just sit back and ult. That's genius. I'm just gonna do that.
Except for like it's not Earth, so your ult isn't on like a 12-second cooldown. It's still on like it's still on like a it's still on like a 60-second cooldown.
It's like, hey guys, I'm good. I'm good. It's like, I need
Alright,
like
we team fight every minute, alright? But it's not really a team fight. You guys, I'm just gonna press R, and then you guys do the rest of it.
Yeah. Great strats. I like it.
It's like that.
Pike's busted. I've been spamming Pike in that game mode.
Pike is busted in that game mode. Totally
Pike
agree.
is strong.
Super free.
Holy shit.
I've been practicing my Katarina mechanics in there, not gonna lie. She's pretty fun.
I think Garen's really strong. I think like Cannon even is really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Wukong is pretty fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
I've seen a lot of Yees, Gallios.
Zed's strong, Yasuo.
Not seen Yi do well, but
any champion that scales like really hard, actually, I think does really well because you get so much fucking gold in that goddamn game mode.
Yes, you do.
Have you guys bought that 6,000 gold item? It's like
the stat staff.
The wand of stats.
That's 7,477 gold.
So 700.
7,477 gold.
Dear Lord.
So it gives you like a stat of everything.
Yeah,
like
it gives you like
MR.
Gives you like 30% crit, like 20% CDR, movement speed, health regen, mana regen, MR aren't like the things just like Jesus. What happens? I wonder if you could get in a game where you could build like 4 of them.
Oh.
If you got the loot, Timo, maybe.
Like all to yourself.
Yeah.
What's your guys like favorite like part of Nexus Blitz? Like, what's your favorite event?
Either the battle royale one or the scuttle race. Those are pretty fun. Because like those scuttles are coded as champions because you can get stacks like Dark Harvest stacks.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know if you saw the video. There was a guy who waited for that one event. Playing Callista, he binded with the scuttle and just stole it and just like threw his own scuttle back to make sure. Yeah, he waited for that one event, then binded the scuttle and would just ult it away and win the round. Like,
that's insane.
Yeah, it's
200 IQ plays.
Yeah. I think that those two are pretty fun. The one that's born is like the loot Vagar or Teemo or whatever. Like I don't like the random.
Oh, plus if it spawns in the wrong location.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, it always spawns where the cart spawns. I'm pretty sure it always spawns like right by bot lane, like between bot and blue. I'm pretty sure is where the Teemo almost always spawns at least.
And I don't see like an indicator on the map. I don't know if there is one. It was like, where the fuck is this thing I'm supposed to find?
I hate it. I hate that it runs so far. Like I wouldn't mind running in like a path, but it will literally just like run into the enemy's jungle.
Yeah.
Hey, what the hell is that sled? What is that? It's just a sled to drive you around the map. Like I don't get it. It's
It does
super annoying.
damage
Everyone
when
just
you
crashes.
run it. If you crash into enemies, it does like a boatload of damage. I think it
Really?
scales with every champion you have inside of it. Like it can do a bunch of
Yeah.
damage, but like it's the same way the cannon works to like when you land, you're not instantly like able to control your champion,
Hmm.
which is like pretty annoying.
Mhm.
That's killed me a couple times when using the cannon. It's like I jump in and I was like, "Oh wait, I can't actually use any of my abilities because I knock myself up." So dumb.
Yeah.
What about
I
you, Zil?
actually, I don't even like the mini game modes that much. I think like if anything, the flaming circle one, if it's an even fight with a good team comp, can be really fun. But like, it's I don't know. I find most of them kind of like, oh, now we have to do this instead of like play the actual game.
I figured it out.
It's
It's because Zil doesn't like
I don't like to get
uh
close to people.
yeah, he doesn't like interacting. I couldn't think of the word.
I want to play League of Legends by myself.
I just want to kill minions. God damn it! Yeah, that's basically it. I like how the map is laid out. I like that you have two people jungling, like, and the way rotations can happen is really fun. And all of a sudden you've got a group of five pushing mid for no reason, and then all of a sudden you disperse for no reason. And it's just like it's very chaotic, but like in a very fun way.
Yeah.
But yeah, then all of a sudden it's like when you get a good push going, or something you planned is like working, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, your champion gets moved, and we're gonna do this thing now. It's like I don't know, in school when like teacher or something is like, let's go all play tag right now. It's like I don't know, like we were having fun doing other things. So don't tell me what to do.
Zil likes
Good.
Zil wants to play League of Legends his way.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Hey, if
I
you don't
do
play it
wanna
my
play
way,
it
you're
my
wrong.
way. If you don't play it my way, it's not as fun.
I like the paranoia battle royale one where it's like everybody's
Oh
nocturne
yeah.
ulted. Dude, that's so fun.
I forgot about that one. That is really cool.
Cause
Yeah,
like
it was cool. It was cool until me and my team were trying to find somebody, and then we were gonna go check a bush, and we just got obliterated because the Gallo just started taunting, lands a five-man
that's the
taunt.
point. You have to
Yeah.
like communicate through pings. You're like spam pinging where you are. Cause pings show up, but like nothing else does.
I learned that the other day. When you get nocturne ulted, pings still show up on map, so it's actually a pretty good strat.
If you guys could like make your own game mode, like you could like mix parts of one game mode into like another game mode, like craft your like most for fun game mode.
Okay, it's a crazy idea, but I think it's pretty good. So you go on Summoner's Rift, all right? There's no cost, there's no mana cost, right? And all cooldowns are up to 80%. Everyone starts level 3, okay? We can call it like super fire mode. I think that's a good name, super fire mode. Okay, and you just it's a normal game of League of Legends, except everything's 80% CDR, no mana cost. Shit goes crazy, bro.
It sounds like a terrible idea.
It
sounds like something that would make people quit the game.
I don't know, man. Like, I
As
don't know why
Dad
Riot
has
doesn't do it.
actually shown. 'Cause they, like, get so burned out on it.
That's just, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it.
Seriously though, like I completely understand where they're coming from with this. Why you can't do ARF all the time, because it actually makes players quit, because they get like it's like speed. Like all of a sudden you get off of it and you're just like, no more. I can't play the normal game mode. Do you not experience that?
I don't experience speed. No, I don't.
No, like as in like, damn it. Yes, sometimes, sure.
So I just want to point this out to you. One of our podcasters is an attorney or a lawyer.
I work
So
at a coffee shop. I understand the rise and fall of stimulants. Okay, so like, yeah, basically like you play this on steroids, and then like all of a sudden you have the come down, and you're like, I don't really care about League anymore, and that's why they have players quit. Is because people like play the really fast mode, and then the other stuff is not as exciting. So I understand why they don't let people just have that all the time. You can't do crack cocaine all the time. It's just not
well,
okay for you to do. It's not healthy.
Can you do it sometimes?
yeah,
You can do
actually,
it sometimes, sure, but like, yeah, you can't do it all the time. Your body can't handle that.
I mean, I don't think the government allows you to
Even do
do
it once.
speed at any time,
This is
any
true.
crack.
This is absolutely true.
Um, so Zil, what about you? Got like Zil just wants to play Farmer Simulator in League of Legends, to where it's like you're on
Farmville League of Legends.
you're on
please.
two
Thank you
different
very much.
maps, and it's like a 3-hour game, and whoever comes out with the most farm at the end of the game wins.
No, we'll have
So-
like those old RTS maps, the no rush maps, where there's like a huge forest in between you and the other people, and then like slowly, maybe 45 minutes into the game, you'll amass like a really big army of minions and then push into the enemy base. It's really fun.
Maybe it's just become a NASA's.
Yeah, well, I actually that was my very first main was Nasus.
Zillian's
Really?
looking to play like Age of Empires.
Yes, yes, I am. That was my favorite childhood game.
That was a good game. I played that game so much.
It's so good. Which one did you play?
Uh,
Age 2, Age of Kings, right?
let's see. Age of Empire. I think I played like the newer ones, because I'm like a
Okay.
pretty young kid.
Okay.
4. I played 4. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
I've played all of them, and
I played the ones where they introduced like the Aztecs. And
Okay, yeah,
stuff.
that was Age 2.
Oh, then maybe it was. Dude, I loved playing as like the Native Americans. They were so
They were
cool.
fun. They were cool.
All right. So I really like the like one for all game modes, right?
Oh yeah.
Except for
Yeah, those are
instead
cool.
of like banning champions, I want you to like, so each player like picks a champion, right? That they want to play, but here's like the twist. So the 10 champions that get picked gets like raffled, and then the team is forced like one champion goes to one team and one champion goes to the other team, and you have to play that. Like the champion could get pulled from your team's picks, but it could get pulled from the enemy team pick.
Oh, that's a good way to balance that, actually.
So like you could like, you could pick
What do you
like
want to play as, but also
what like
be okay playing against?
yeah, so it's like you could be like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna give their team a full team of like Namis. Like
Mm.
I'm gonna put this up in chance that they all have to play Nami." But then like you fuck your team because you have to now all play Nami.
The real bamboozle.
Dude,
Mm.
that'd be like I think that'd be so cool. But then you also gotta like make it like super fast. So like you make it Earth with like that mechanic in it, and then like I don't know. There's like no towers. There's like one tower, and you just like
Oh.
fight, just like constantly. So Zil would hate it. He wouldn't even like even if
I wouldn't
Riot
even play.
even if Riot put it in the game for me, and it was like Astros' game mode, Zil would be like, it's fucking shit. I see way too many champions in a 1 hour period.
I do love One for All. One for All is probably my favorite, favorite rotating game mode.
Yeah.
and I really like, 5 brands interacting with each other's passives, or
I really like
5 Tom
Thresh.
Pinches like eating each other. Like that stuff is hilarious. It never gets old to me.
I really like forcing my teammates to play Thresh.
Hey, that
I mean,
shit is
I like
fun.
5 Soraka's versus 5 Threshes, and then you have like one as the ADC designated to build
Dude,
on each team, right?
stuff
That
is
stuff's
like
real fun.
Rakan and like Leona,
Yeah.
they're like impossible to beat early. Like, oh man, it's so fun.
I agree.
I think like
Wow.
my best memory in League was like we were playing as Rakan and we were playing against Leona, and we literally just got like manhandled all game, and then like we hit the point, to where like they just didn't get to do anything because we just like RW RW RW, like everyone's dashing to each other, giving each other shields. There's a bunch of healing going on. It just like hit the point where there was such a clusterfuck that eventually Leona just died, and it was so much fun.
My favorite one with that was we had it was 5 Sorakas versus like 5 Twisted Fates. I
Jesus
think is what it
Christ.
was. Yeah, I know, right? But we ended up having to in order to win as Soraka, we had to like have 2 designated as tanks and 1 as like a mage, then 1 as the ADCs that built like Runeans and all that shit. So it was amazing, like keeping like the damage dealers alive and rotating out with Sorakas. And the thing that made it really fun was you had like they had different skins, right? And we didn't. We were all the same Soraka skin. So like they couldn't tell which one of us was which really, except by kind of looking at the health bars
Or like clicking on the champion.
or clicking on the champion, right? Whereas like we could tell individually like which Twisted Fate was the most dangerous and the most fed. So it's pretty cool.
The OP strats. If you're going into one for all, no skin.
Don't pick a skin. No skin.
I like playing AP Thresh in one for all because no one expects it. Like it's all usually like AD Threshes and then like tank Threshes.
Mm-hmm.
But like Hook ER does like so much damage.
And he has like 100% scaling on his R, right?
Something
His
I
R
think,
is like 100% scaling.
something like that. And then like his soul passive adds or AP, so it's like boom boom boom. I don't know.
I would
Yeah,
like.
but I like.
Go ahead.
Oh, I like the 80 Thresh. You know, just hide in a bush, Storm Razor, lethality,
See,
charge E, and just whip, just slap.
everybody likes full AD Thresh. It's too mainstream. As the Thresh god I am, I have to keep myself out of the. I gotta make myself, known. I gotta put myself out there. Be more bold.
I think as far as a game mode that I would like to see, I would like to see some sort of racing game mode, where like any champ is available for you to pick, but basically there's like a course kind of set on Summoner's Rift with like various speed buffs or like things that you can pick up that can interact with other players or interact with the game to slow them down or to take them out. And like if you could pick any champ to do it, like you'd have people picking Rammus because they thought he was the fastest, or Hecarim or Zillion,
Scion.
or Scion, yeah, but there'd be like turns and stuff too. It'd be like a closed course sort of race.
Riot did that at one point. They did like a racetrack, and then like pros that came on, like they're in between LCS games or like streamers, they'd like run the course and they kept like time.
Okay.
But they had
I
like
think
a
that
bunch
would
of
be fun.
actives.
Yeah, a bunch of actives would have to make it interesting because otherwise it would get weird.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
I hope like Riot makes a game like Smash with like League champions. I think that'd be cool.
I have not played the new Smash or anything. I know that's like a big deal right now.
I haven't played the new Smash either, but I just think like a game like that with like League champions could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like a Soraka just smashing into like a Thresh.
Nah, dude, I'd be playing like imagine playing Katarina in a game like that. That sounds like sick. Sorry, Katarina's.
I'd rather play Nautilus in a game like that. Just make you not move. See you to death.
I guess.
Well, guys, so we talked about Nexus Blitz preseason, how much we like it.
Whoa,
Especially
whoa.
Astro.
I don't think we don't use like's a very strong word, all right?
Okay, love, adore, can't see yourself living with. Is there anything else that we should talk about, or what do you guys?
Well, I actually have a quick announcement to make. Going to be doing a tournament here pretty soon. I'm going to start making teams. So,
Astro, you gonna play in this one?
I am not going to play in this one. I'm not going to play in any of the tournaments organized for ethical reasons. Also, I don't like
Ethical
interacting with
move.
other champions.
Yeah, we know. We figured that out today. Ash, are you gonna play in this one, dude, or what?
I did play in the last one.
No, you came as a sub, didn't you?
Nope, I had a
No,
team, and then my
he had a
80
team.
carry just like I realized at the end of the game he just never built IE, and I was like, oh, that's why we lost. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
And like I just tilted. I was like, nah, I don't know if I can really put myself through this much tilt. But that was
Yeah,
like I also went and then I played my last plat like promo game to plat my first time and I lost and I was just like I just hate everything. So I don't know. Maybe I'll sub in, but I told Zil I'd help him with teams and brackets and stuff.
yeah. So I'll have teams completed probably by the 20th of this month, and then I think January 3rd is the day of the tournament actually.
Mhm.
So we will get teams solidified by then. You'll have a couple of weeks to like figure stuff out, what positions you want, and all that. And in general, if you don't or aren't on a team or haven't signed up and all that kind of stuff, you can just kind of join the sub channel during the day of the tournament. And I'm sure there will be people who don't show up or whatever, and you can usually find a game to hop into, a team to join at that point. So if you don't
Yeah,
get on a
last
team,
time
if
we had a
yeah,
couple subs.
it really helps out if we do have subs. So if you're not sure if you can make it and then you just want to kind of join as a sub, if you can the day of, that would actually be really helpful. So any folks like that are very welcome and appreciated.
Another thing I guess we can bring up is the other plan we have between like the podcasters, the like fun thing.
Yeah, yeah. So we were like just fucking around, but I think I'm gonna consider like making up a schedule. We're gonna have like a podcasters all star, but it's basically just gonna be 1v1. For bragging rights. So probably words are really hard today, guys.
This is why Tycho doesn't host stuff.
I don't host stuff, guys.
What's your summoner name again?
My summoner name?
Yeah,
His
say it
summoner
again.
name's still the same.
My
his
Discord.
Discord
My Discord
name
is oh, it's so hard. Okay, Nutter Butter for a
Nutter Butter for a brother.
Butter.
Listening to you think about it is so great.
See, the more you think, the harder it is.
It's a little bit.
So we'll probably have that thing going. Like, if it's not gonna be before the end of this year, it'll be after the tournament. It'll be on a Wednesday.
I don't know.
So
We could do it as like a.
podcasters. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do podcasters. We could maybe like bring some of like the more common community members in maybe. We talked about putting money down. I don't know if we want to do that still or not.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Can I 1v1 a minion?
You can 1v1 a super minion, okay?
Sweet.
No items.
Sweet, no items.
items.
Dude,
Down.
they
Down.
did that at the one All Star. I think it was Afro and someone else. They did Zillion because he has the slowest auto. He has the weakest auto in the game.
Yeah, he does.
They went to 99 CS and then they ignored the CS and they just tried to kill each other. It was like really long.
That was Faker, right? Faker and
I don't think Faker would agree to do that with Afro.
no.
I think
So it was just zillion autos. Like, what was it? What would it build?
it was just whatever their starting items were.
Oh, holy shit!
That's awful.
That is painful. That sounds like a 15-minute game.
He versed
As we
Froggen.
like to say, late phase.
he versed Froggen in quarterfinals. It was 6. I guess I can't play this because it will pick up the audio. I was gonna try and figure out how long it was. No, I think we're gonna do that. We talked about. I think it'd be something fun.
Yeah. Good for bragging rights.
Blake said he didn't want to do that. I think that just
Nope.
proves that he's
No, Blake says
incompetent.
he's down. He just doesn't want to have to do any of the actual work.
Oh, I thought he said he just wanted to be the one streaming it and that he didn't want to be in it. All right, I guess I interpreted it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh well, he's still a scared little support player. I'll just leave it at that.
Well,
On that note, I think we can close out the podcast.
yeah, the best podcast to date. We did it, guys.
Episode 217.
I wish Danger was here. Shout out
I
to
know.
Danger.
I do too. I miss Danger.
I hope his kid feels better, even though like I should be his more important kid, but I guess not.
Disappointing,
Well, that's
Danger.
I cry every time. Someone hold me.
All right, fellas. Good evening. Good night, everyone.
We'll see you around, guys.
Remember, vote for Astros on Twitter.
Don't do that.
It's
Don't
rigged
do that.
anyway. Don't vote.
See ya.
Peace.